Hey, so what do you do if you're dating a girl and she keeps on pulling away from you? I recently got an email from a guy who's watched a ton of my videos and he's getting frustrated with a situation where he's seeing this girl and then she will pull away from him. And he thinks that they're getting closer. And just as he thinks that he's overcome this problem and they're really close, then she'll pull away from him again. And then she'll come back a week later or 2 weeks later, and they'll have a great weekend together, and she's really intimate and she's really open. And then when he doesn't see her, she pulls away from him again. And he said it's really, really frustrating because he feels like it's one step forward and two steps back. But it's like I always say, a woman will always pull away from you at some point in time, and some women pull away much more than others. Women do this as a way to test your strength and weakness. They're looking for weakness, and if they see that you're weak, you get needy, you get upset, you get frustrated, you get angry. That tiny pull away will turn into a real pull away. I always remember this girl I was seeing a long time ago, and she was very, very unresponsive, very distant, but when I saw her face to face, she was great. No problems at all. And I could tell, I picked up on that pattern. I didn't message her that much. I waited for her to reach out to me, even if it took a week or 2 weeks. So be it. But she sat down and she told me one time why her ex-relationships had all failed. And the reason was because the men had confronted her and said, "Why don't you message me? Why don't you text me?" Of course, she got turned off by this. She wasn't aware of this. She wasn't cognizant of it. She didn't have the insight to understand that her behavior was pushing these men away. However, if you're dealing with a woman who's pulling away from you, you got to let her run and come back to you at her own pace. That is essential. Yeah, it's frustrating, it's annoying. It is difficult to deal with a woman who is not responsive, who keeps on pulling away from you, but when you see her face to face, everything's fine. But I'll often say this, women are great face to face, and you won't have any problems 9 times out of 10. However, you'll often find that a lot of problems start with texting. Right? This can break a relationship. Women can be fine face to face, but when it comes to texting, if she's not responsive or she pulls back for a couple of days or she pulls away for a week and you panic or get upset, it's naturally going to push her away and then she's going to become more and more distant. So if she pulls away from you, don't panic, let her go and come back. And you'll eventually get to a point where she just becomes attached to you, that she's not going to pull away as much if she's a normal, balanced, healthy woman.